Peace, y'all. Was good. This is like part 5. I don't even know what part we on here. I'm sitting here, got a drink. I don't condone drinking or smoking. But if you partake in those things, welcome. Feel free to be yourself. I don't want no one being fake around me. But we are on a path to better ourselves, and we have to admit when something isn't necessarily good for you, right? But at the end of the day, part of mastering yourself is conquering certain things. So if I was someone who was an angry drunk, maybe drinking wouldn't be a good thing, but you know shit makes me happy. Yeah, anyway. I kind of want to have this talk, y'all. I want to have this deep discussion. I've been trying to keep it brief, and like kind of touch on subjects here and there, so that when we really start getting into these downloads, the shit I'm saying makes sense. You know what I mean? It just doesn't sound like random word salad or crazy shit, which crazy is just a compliment to a fucking rebellious spirit. So, let's talk about some cosmic history, y'all. This gonna be a good one. Alright. Because there are some lies taught, and I already went through these lies. I'm not gonna go through it again. Okay. They tell you that you're either on a spinning rock, right? Ancestors, primates. You ain't shit. Or they give you the Abrahamic religion version of their cosmic history, which would be creating the earth and the heavens in 7 days, right? Which would be the epitome of their whole existence, would be just the universe, right? Not counting the other multiverses, right? So there's a deeper history and knowledge behind that, and that's what I'd like to discuss. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. And I'm gonna use Abrahamic religions as a reference point in this, so people can kind of understand where I'm coming from here. Because you have this like hierarchy, which they would call like God, and then there'd be like these lower deities that would be like angels and demons and shit like that. And in actuality, that would be actually disrespecting the amount of power these entities, energies, and demons have, right? So let's put things into perspective, okay? So there's something called source, right? Which is what people would actually consider God, okay? And from this source, everything comes from, all right? This source is, if you had to describe it in fucking atomist terms, which is what everybody fucking wants nowadays, is like everything's a fucking atom, right? Or a molecule or a particle, right? So when you're a hammer, everything's a nail, right? Right. So source would be like consciousness and fucking energy, right? Let's put it like that. Okay. And from this source comes all the other deities, or the 33 souls, which we went through earlier in another video. Okay. So you have the source, right? And millions and millions and billions of years in the past, right? And from this source came the 9 female energies or entities, okay? Sometimes referred to as the Council of 9. Okay? And from these 9 female energies or entities, the rest of the 24 male energies were created. Those were the scientists and architects behind all the multiverses. Okay? Alrighty then. So that's how we started off. Alright, y'all? With some real shit. And then they're gonna have you worship just one deity, the creator of this universe. Okay? One of the lowest density realms. Okay, what is density? Density is just light vibrating very slow. That's all matter is, right? So, you have to vibrate very low to be in this realm. Okay, that's part of the twist. That when you read stuff like the Gnostic texts, they're talking about this realm as hell, is because your soul vibrates very high. Your soul is what they call your light body, which is when you're vibrating very high, blah blah blah, your light body, which they try and call your Merkaba, which in a lot of like pseudoscience bullshit, they'll tell you like, when you reach this spiritual awakening and then you like fucking transcend your fucking physical body into your light body. That's what the fuck they're talking about. Now all they're talking about is your soul, alright? You're not fucking transcending your body into your soul. Your soul's in your fucking body. As long as you're in this realm. Okay? Right? Which means when they're talking about these fucking UAPs and these plasmoids being the fucking talking about those are the Merkabas of the fucking aliens. No. What that really is technology. That they created those light vehicles. Alright? Which is what they're calling plasmoids, which is conscious fucking light, right? Which is really just the ether fucking visualized. That's a whole nother topic, all right? That's going into fucking 0 point energy and what they're trying to do with that shit, all right? Which is just harnessing the energy of the fucking vacuum of space, but space isn't a vacuum. So what the fuck is that, right? Because you got all these motherfucking energies and these things going on in the fucking universe. It's not a vacuum. Okay? And they'll admit it, that shit's not a perfect vacuum. Okay? So what is going on up there and all that shit? Okay? But let's try and stick on topic. Cosmic history. Why does that fucking matter? Oh, man. It don't matter. You're just a fucking primate, okay? Go be depressed, bro. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Nah, man. Y'all gotta get your powers back, bro. That's some bullshit. Alright? So, out of those 33 souls, they got you worshiping the deity that created this universe. Okay? And the deity that created this universe isn't the highest deity. Okay? It's actually a pretty jealous God. Alright? Read the text. Okay? Pretty jealous guy. Alright? And if you want to break down on, what are the other gods and stuff, I mean, you're really gonna have to think logically on this type of stuff. And also intuitively. So you're gonna have to use both sides of your fucking brain for this, alright? You're gonna have to use your whole fucking brain. Alright? When you are a slave, you speak the slave master's language. You worship the slave master's religions. You go by all their traditions. Okay? So the Jews were slaves in Babylon for 800 fucking years. Alright? They adopted a lot of their culture and religion. Understood? Pair that with them being slaves in Egypt for 400 years. Right? Now tell me, where does your culture and your text come from? Right? Okay. We're getting somewhere. That's why in Santa and fucking Yoruba voodoo, that the archangels are interchangeable with their deities and energies. Because we're all talking about the same fucking energies and deities, okay? As much as they're trying to play you out of your ancestors' shit, it is what it is. They could rearrange the shit, rewrite the story, change the names. It don't matter. It's the same fucking energies. The same energies that are inside you. Okay? You are from that primordial source of creation itself. Okay? You're a soul. You're not this body. Okay? This body is temporary. The energy and information inside of you and your soul is timeless. Alright? Because there is no time. And everything is connected through fields. Okay? What is a field? Debatable subject. Okay? But a field exists within the ether, which is what connects us all together. And these fields are just disturbances within the ether. So it could be vibrations and pressures from the mediums and systems, right? And these pressures and these disturbances are what create these things, like what we call light and electricity. Okay, the things we call magnetism and all these forces. Understood? So, there's a reason quantum entanglement exists. Okay? Because the ether exists. Alright? And the fucking greatest geniuses of modern day science, right? And we could go off hating all we want. Alright? Oh, our ancestor shit better. Man, I agree. I fucking agree with you. We're right there. Trust me. I'm with you. Fuck that shit. But, you know, I've always been the type to like, I don't care where I'm getting my information in a way, man. Like, you know, I don't care if it's white people, black people, like Asian people, Hindu, like, you know, I'm not really racist towards where I get my information from. I'm not biased. At the same time, I don't fall into the isms. You see what I'm saying? So, that's very important. It's very important because everyone has a right to view their God in their image. That's why that's important. You can't really be mad at people for viewing their God as a reflection of them, because they are a reflection of what you will call God. All right? All of you are. So, even if I don't agree with a lot of people's methods, their fucking racist ass goddamn mindsets, I appreciate certain things. Okay? I'm not totally impossible when it comes to this stuff. Alright? That was important. I had to say all that. Trust me. Okay. Let's get into a little science here. Okay? Because there's some lies taught, and we're going to get into that right now. Okay? Because we're talking about fields, right? So let's talk about fields. Oh, what's the ether? How does it exist? Lorentz already proved the ether, alright? And y'all gonna mention Michelson-Morley. That was a failed experiment at best. And let's just say it did what y'all did. It did whatever y'all said it did, right? That just disproved stationary luminous ether. And that would violate the Heisenberg uncertainty principle anyway, right? So the ether is moving. And the Michelson-Morley experiment never disproved a moving ether. Okay, nothing has. Let's start there. Okay, so the people, modern day, who taught us how light propagates, how light works, what is light, the people who basically built our entire power grid as we know it today. Most of our modern inventions work because of these people, right? Because they figured out motors, they figured out how crystals work, they figured out how light propagates, right? So we could have things like phones and refrigerators and radios, all types of things, right? Thousands of patents between these men these are geniuses I'm about to name, okay? And doing just a little research on these guys will make y'all a lot smarter as far as seeing through the bullshit that is taught, okay? James Maxwell, okay? Michael Faraday, Oliver Heaviside, okay? Walter Russell, I'ma name him. Even if y'all don't agree, I don't give a fuck. Walter Russell is a genius. And a genius in field theory. Okay. Nikola Tesla. Charles Steinmetz. Eric Dollard. Alright. Eric Dollard's modern day. Alright. These are the men who have taught us how light propagates. And all of them agree that electricity is a dual entity. Okay? It is the disturbance of the ether creating two fields, a dielectric field and a magnetic field. Okay? These fields permeating the ether. Okay? Why is that important? Because they're going to teach you light is a wave and a particle. And we're going to go over how that's bullshit right now. Okay? Because Einstein was a plagiarist. There's 3 books on his plagiarism. Okay? And besides for doing the equation for E equals mc squared, because the concept of E equals mc squared comes from Henri Poincaré. If I'm butchering his name, I'm sorry. Besides for that, this dude is, he graduated with the lowest GPA in his class, all right? He's a mid-tier engineer at best, all right? And we talk about dudes like Nikola Tesla. We talk about top-tier electrical engineers, the greatest minds in history, right? So this dude can't even fucking walk in the shoes of the people I named, all right? And then when you talk about geniuses science, oh, Einstein, Hawkins, just complete morons in comparison to the literal geniuses that have existed. All right? Einstein and Newton shouldn't even be named in the same goddamn sentence. It's really that serious. It's not even close comparison. It's crazy. And I swayed off a lot into this scientific conversation. But trust me, it's for a reason, y'all. All right? We getting there. So Einstein, wave-particle duality, right? I'm going to explain how that literally makes 0 sense, okay? Light cannot be a wave. Let's start there. A wave isn't a thing. You cannot be a wave. All a wave is a description of motion. Okay? A wave of water doesn't describe what water is, what it's made out of, none of that. It literally doesn't describe what water is at all. All it does is describe a motion of water. Right? So at best, you could say light moves as a wave. But you can't say it is a wave. What the fuck? How? How the fuck are you a wave when a wave isn't a thing? Hello? Hello, science community? I'm the crazy one, right? Man, there's some lies taught. Hold up, yeah, I gotta plug in real quick because apparently this is too real for my damn phone. It's taking all this damn battery out this goddamn motherfucker. Anyway, I'm in a good mood though, but I'm about to rant to y'all some real shit. This shit about to get real. Okay? So if light can't be a wave, then maybe it's a particle, right? Let's talk about it. What is a particle? A particle is a vibration in a field. What field? It's actually two fields. The dielectric and magnetic fields. Right? Oh no. Oh no, let's not talk about that. Light is just electrons flowing through a wire. They already proved that wrong. You could look that motherfucker up, even if it's taught in school or not. What you're doing is creating a disturbance in the medium, which is creating fields around the wire. Okay? What fields? Oh, but light doesn't need a medium. Oh, but everything's a particle, so the universe is just this fucking pool of particles smashing into each other. Space is an empty void that could be bent by mass. Weightless mass, because weight is a result of gravity. So this mass doesn't even weigh none. Weightless mass, bending a non-substance. But then if you read the quote of these geniuses, right, that I named earlier, right, the geniuses of field theory, right, bro, they don't, number one, they was already against the scientists of their time. We talk about James Maxwell, we talk about Michael Faraday, shit like that. Now, when we get into scientists like Tesla, Steinmetz, that are alive during the time of relativity, they got negative quotes towards that shit too. And Einstein can't even tie these motherfucking shoes. So how the fuck are they keeping him alive and relevant? Let's talk about it. They are going to use special relativity and general relativity as one theory. Each one separately. They use them as if they're their own theory. Okay. When it's actually a collection of many works, like Lorentz and Maxwell and Stokes and Poincaré and there's Riemann, right? It's a collection, right? Newton, right? It's a collection of works, and they'll basically fall back on principles of other people's works to try and prove relativity in both of them, which is total bullshit. Okay? Number one, we're very primitive for having 3 theories for the universe, to describe the universe. Alright? You have quantum for the micro, which quantum in itself is wrong. Okay? Because it's based off the same faulty principles of light being a particle and a wave. So that whole double slit experiment, y'all gotta drop the craziness. For real. We're going with their craziness. We need to stop. Okay, we really need to stop. Okay. I'm explaining it like this. This is even better. Check this out. There's facts of nature, right? Then there's interpretations of data. Then there's beliefs. Right? What happens is they don't want questions unanswered in science. So scientists will give their best educated guess, right? So what happens is they don't fucking tell people what's a fact of nature and what's a belief and what's in between. Everything is passed off like this. And it's up to you to be smart as an individual, have discernment, have fucking intuition, and have the fucking brain power, okay, to look things up for yourself, to learn. Like, wow, okay, wow, all right, this is true, this is not true. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, like, there's these geniuses in science, and no one's ever taught us, and all this stuff, right? Super important to know. Because there isn't just lies in science. There's lies in history. There's lies in many things. Alright? And you wasn't taught who you are and where you come from. Okay? Because you are a light being. And light is just a fucking propagation of the ether made out of 2 fucking fields. Meaning these fields connect everything in the motherfucking universe. Right? And you're a light being. Your whole fucking brain sends electrical signals to your nerves, to your fucking body for it to work. You understand how you are a light being and not just this flesh and body? You're made of light. Okay? What is light? That's a very important topic so you can know who you are, where the fuck you come from. You come from the fucking ether field as a goddamn vibration and pressure of the medium, whatever medium we are, to create what the fuck we are. Right? Deeper though. Because specifically humans, we have been tampered with over time. Okay? It's unfortunate. It doesn't make us any less tapped into source either. Alright? That's actually what scares them. That's what bothers them. What bothers them was that souls decided to come back and embody these bodies. You see what I'm saying? How do you do that? That sounds crazy. You sound crazy. How do you do that? Oh, let me turn on the light here so y'all can see me better. Is that too much? I don't know. I'm hoping for the video that's not too much. Okay. We talked about densities earlier, right? And vibrations. Alright. So, I'm going to give y'all an example on how this works. Okay. Let's use manifestation as an example. Everything starts as a thought in your head, which is really not in your head because thoughts are also a field. So you enter this field of thoughts, which we're all in, and these thoughts come in and out. Some of them are yours, some of them are not. Anyway, you have this thought. You write it down. Now it becomes physical. That's how it works in real life too. You have a spiritual realm, right? You also have a thought realm. Okay? Now in the spiritual realm, things are vibrating higher. Okay? And when things vibrate higher, they become light, they become gas, they become plasma. Right? Right. Okay? And when things vibrate lower, they're a lot more dense. Okay? And this being a lower density realm, what happened was your soul decided to come back here, right? To this realm. You signed a contract. I'm going to do this, this, and that. I'm going to learn this, this, and that to help whatever, right? You figured that out. Those are questions you got to answer yourself with the ultimate trust and faith within yourself to fucking listen to what spirits are saying and actually know, right? Takes a lot of work. So you lowered your frequency and your vibration to come to this realm. Okay? You agreed to that. So that's how it works. Start off in the higher density realm. Ooh, you lowered your density to come here. Alright? That's how you got here. And the conception, that whole shit. If you've seen that video on the fucking sperm going through the egg and then it creates that light, then you already know what the fuck I mean by all that. Alright? This shit is all pre-planned. Alright? You know what scientists discovered, which we already knew. But you know what they discovered? They discovered that it's not even a race between the sperm. That the egg chooses the sperm. Think about that for a second. How many billions of sperm there are? And they made you think like, oh, you won this race. You even more special than that. You was chosen to be here right now in this moment and listen to this message, which is to help remind you, because I can't teach y'all nothing. I can't teach anyone anything, okay? It's called information for a reason, all right? All that shit's inside you, all right? The halls of Amenti, That whole fucking Akashic Records, dude, that's you. That's the information inside your DNA that they're talking about, right? Because 1 gram of DNA holds like 200 million terabytes worth of information, right? According to them, right? Which we already knew. We ain't know the exact, this many terabytes and all this fucking terms that they created, but we knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? We knew the ancestors was in our DNA. We knew that. They gotta do experiments to find all this shit out because they're not tuned in spiritually. So they're not clear, what the fuck is that shit called? Not clairvoyant. It's claircognitive, right? Because I'm claircognitive, yo. I'll know some shit is true just by hearing it. And I don't even have to fact check that shit. I'm just the type of person who wants to know, so I'll go on and learn more so that at least I could cite, sources and be a little bit informative when I can. But y'all see, I'll get up here and rant on some shit too. But you can Google or whatever search engine you use, you can fact check the shit I'm saying. Everything. And actually, you should. You better. Because why believe anything anyone says anyway? Alright? You're a smart individual. Okay? Move like that. Right? So information is inside you. So all I can do is remind you of stuff. Because you already got all the cosmic information inside you. You just gotta tap in. It's time to tap in, y'all. It's time to tap in. Alright? Your primordial being. Okay? Your soul was there the moment of creation. Of all this shit. Alright? The things you think are real, which aren't even real. Okay? Because how does light work? Right? And then how do your eyes work? Right? And then you think about all the electromagnetic fucking wave technology they have. Alright? That's what light code lockdown is, y'all. None of this shit even real that you're seeing. That's a whole nother deeper conversation we could really get into. I'll fucking go deeper diving into the frequencies and to the machines that they're using for y'all to understand how this reality is being shaped. Okay? Hologram, yes. Yes. Alright? But deeper than that, your mind shapes all your reality and perception. So no matter what the fuck they're projecting, you have the fucking choice to perceive it how the fuck you want. And that's the fucking beauty, is that fucking no matter what the fuck they design, we can still overcome that shit. That's what pisses them off. They fucking hate that shit, bro. They hate that shit so much because evil loves to come together and make fucking plans to take over and control. These motherfuckers always be together talking some shit, always plotting some shit, always. But guess what, y'all? Good always wins in the end. That's what they hate. They hate that shit. You know what I mean? That's why I don't really worry about shit. I know everything is in divine timing, right? And that took a lot of faith and trust over time, okay? Because a bunch of people told me a whole bunch of shit. And if I would listen to people, if I would have listened to what people told me about myself and all that shit, I wouldn't even be shit. I wouldn't be nowhere, all right? I'd be just as depressed and miserable as they motherfucking ass, okay? Real shit. If they're not paying your bills, all right? Fuck what they saying. Fuck what they saying. Real shit. So cosmic history, all right, y'all? That was a short lesson, right? And, if you don't like my version of cosmic history, y'all, I don't really give a shit. Like, I gotta be honest. But at the same time, y'all, to be really real, the shit that they teaching y'all in school and in science, that shit ain't helping y'all. And it's not even true. So, you can sit up here and say, oh, you're making stuff up or you're lying. But, I challenge y'all to go read ancient texts, different ones throughout the whole world, and kind of come up with your own version of what's going on. And I don't think it'll be too far off from the shit I'm talking about. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to be honest, okay? And if it is, kudos to you. You could even hit me up and we could talk about it. I would love to talk about it. I don't mind when people teach me some new shit. I really don't, because I want to know the truth. And I'm not really pressed on being right all the time. Like, that shit doesn't matter to me. I know what's right or wrong at the end of the day, and I know what's like a belief. And then we could really break down, what's real and what's not. We could really go through those fucking conversations. Anyway, let me briefly talk about how humans got here. Okay. There were hominids on this planet. Alright? What science would call like a Neanderthal type of thing. Right? Now, it's debatable which aliens, according to the, names that they give us of these motherfucking creatures that they've categorized over time, right? There's a few that people want to give credit, right? When we're talking about the reptilians and the Anunnakis, shit like that. Okay? But it's also important to know that Anunnaki is a general term, okay? And it's actually a general term for many species of aliens, right? So that's the actual truth, even if that story isn't the full story or the real truth. So there were different alien groups on this planet, and there were ones that are cool, and there were ones that are harvesting materials and shit. Right? And those are the ones who wanted a slave race of beings to work their machinery, but not be too smart to revolt or figure out what's going on, or even be in tune with spirit, like we're doing right now, right? So that's been the plan since day one, y'all, is just to keep you a good worker. A good worker. And over time, throughout the years, they figured out how to harness more energy from your soul. So before, they would just have you for one lifetime, and then you're done. But they figured out a way to wait until you die, right? Then when your soul is ready to rise and make its choice on what it's going to do, where it's going to go, you have benevolent beings there. And they disguise themselves as your family, your loved ones, your friends, motherfucking anyone, Jesus, Moses, whoever the fuck you look up to. Right? And then they make you, right? They talk you into walking into the light. Right? Which the light would be like Men in Black. Where the motherfuckers bzz your shit and your memory was gone. That's what that shit does to you. So that you could repeat these cycles all over again, right? And they could keep harnessing your energy over time, right? So some souls have gone through this process many, many times, like my soul, all right? And there's a lot of pain, right? There's a lot of sadness within the bloodlines and the ancestry of my people, okay? And myself, the shit I've gone through. And it took a lot of deep diving and a lot of killing of these fears and these negative thoughts for me to truly empower myself, okay? Because we have to understand that having so many ancestors, right? Because if you think about 20 generations back is over 1 million people. That's over 1 million people, and that's just mom and dad, grandma, grandpa shit. That has nothing to do with siblings and aunts and uncles, none of that shit. Okay, that's very important, because there were some good people and there were some real pieces of shit. Okay, and that's just, you just have to deal with that type of shit. You can't let that fucking be a fear in your mind, like, damn, my ancestors was fucked up. Cause yo, I'm Puerto Rican, yo, my ancestors were fucking we warriors, yo. We'll kill our enemy, eat his motherfucking body just to absorb his fucking energy and his spirit, dude. You see what I'm saying? And then for another fucking culture, they would look at that, oh my god, that's evil, right? So we really have to fucking forgive our ancestors. We have to be those pillars of change. We have to absorb all their pain, all their sadness, all of that, all our pain, all our sadness, all of that, and we have to transmute that into positive energy to push us in the direction we want to go, to manifest the shit we want to manifest. That's the energy you need right there. Okay? Knowing that they've been lying to you and your ancestors for thousands of years. Alright? So if you don't like, oh, how my parents think, how my grandparents think, just know who taught them. Who taught them? The same motherfuckers that's been teaching people. Really. It's really that serious, y'all. It's that deep. The wounds cut that deep. And when you really understand that, you'll really see who your enemy is. And then it's not about changing yourself. It's about understanding what society standards is and that you don't have to fit that. And you being yourself is okay. You know what I mean? They make me feel crazy for my attitude when I realize I could channel my attitude towards the right things and get the things I need in life. I could do good with my bad. That's the keys. You could do good with your bad. But they scare you away from the dark side always. They scare you away from the dark side. Because they don't want to tell you that's your power. You know what I mean? They scared of you. Okay? Cosmic history, y'all. They scared of you because they know who you are and where you come from. They don't want to teach you that. They don't want to give you your powers back. So that was a short video, y'all. Actually, damn, I'm up there 40 minutes. I'm glad I could share these jewels with y'all today. Take with it what you will. I hope it inspires you. I hope it motivates you. I hope it helps you and heals you. Okay? Because I do witchcraft with my words, alright? Which is actually magic, because witchcraft is just a negative connotation of magic. And I will be going over what is magic, what is witchcraft. But to give y'all a short little explanation on what I mean. Your words are magic. You shape your reality. So I'm sending y'all healing words. You understand? Because I know my magic. And the people who are doing magic, a lot of them are doing evil shit to the world. Okay? So I decided, guess what? What I'm going to do with magic is some positive shit and help people. Alright? And I'm going to help the earth. That's really what I'm more concerned with. But since people affect the earth so much, I gotta help y'all too. And I've been helping people my whole life. Like, the universe already told me I don't gotta help nobody else. You know? So if I think I'm up here doing this is like huge sacrifice, y'all. I hope you could appreciate that. Thank y'all for your time. If you really stood the whole 40 minutes, I really appreciate y'all. That was a lot of information. I really, really, really would like if y'all Google or search a lot of this shit that I'm talking about, you know, and just really become smart individuals on your own and know that I'm not getting up here saying some bullshit. You know, I'm channeling a lot of messages, plus I have information on my own. So, thank y'all. Have a good night. I'm gonna finish drinking, probably get another one. My pop's up there in the bar right now with his friend. Listen, y'all, I'm in Puerto Rico. I'm in the mountains. I'm in the sticks, all right? I left Babylon, all right? Talking all that shit about America. Bro, I left. You see what I'm saying? I went back to my motherland. You know what I mean? I ain't begging nobody for shit. I ain't do none of that shit, all right? I wanted change. I changed, all right? The universe gave me options. I had options to stay. I chose to change. I chose the biggest risk. And if I'm going to leave y'all with any message today or tonight, because it's night already, as y'all can see, risk it all for yourself. Seriously. Love yourself. You're amazing. Fuck what other people talking about. Fuck them. Seriously. Fuck them. Alright? Have a good night or day, wherever you at. Enjoy your time. Thank you for giving me your time. Really appreciate it. Peace, y'all.